The Elite Export Power Team. No jackets required. Delve into the mysteries of who's who and what they do when the jackets come off. Irena Chepetryskina, Dace Stupnitsa, Ilse Rosenberger, and Kevin Abbott bring you insight into our members with a few laughs along the way. And now, introducing our next superstar.
So welcome to No Jackets Required. The show is about Elite Export Power Team members, and we have this amazing opportunity to look behind the scenes and to find out more about them. And today we have a special guest, Danielle Phillips from Australia, and she is representing the company Hello SEO. Hello, Danielle.
Hello, Irina. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming. Let me know, what is your usual morning routine? What do you do? What's important for you?
Okay, my usual morning routine is straight away get up and make a coffee. So in Australia, we are really coffee snobs, and most of us own an espresso coffee machine. So that's the first thing I do is get up and make myself what we call a frothy coffee. So with all the proper steamed milk and everything else.
Love it. I love it as well. I don't know if in Latvia it is common, like it depends on people, but for me it's very important to have coffee in the morning as well. So I totally understand you. Danielle, I have gathered information about you, and that's why I would like to introduce our ladies, Ilse and Dace, as well as Kevin's, and to introduce you to you and to see how do you look like behind the scenes. Yes, let's see how we see you.
Ooh.
Are you ready to go?
Always ready. Always.
I love it. I love this answer. So 1, 2, 3, let's go.
No jackets required.
How did you like yourself?
Oh my gosh, it brought back so many memories. I used to be a hair and makeup artist many years ago, and I truly forget the fun that I used to have when we were working on set and doing all the different work. So it's nice to be reminded of where you've come from and then what you're going towards.
It was a great surprise that you are doing makeup. I was like, wow, I knew that you are doing CEO, yes, but like CEO, but that you are doing makeup, like, and making people like hairstyle and then the face to look good. Yes, like, thought, my God, something new I found, really.
Yeah. I used to work on some really big TV shows here in Australia, and I've been published internationally in lots of magazines, and really, when I think about it, really cool stuff, but it didn't make me a lot of money. So you have to keep growing, and that's where BNI came into it. And I reinvented myself working online, doing SEO and websites. Who would have thought?
Fortunately, you wouldn't have had very much trouble doing my hair and makeup.
I would have put into a searching fee to do your hair, Kevin. Or should we say like chest hair, leg hair,
Fair enough.
Danielle, you have great story. You surprised us, definitely. But of course, we are interested in you as personality, and we have a great possibility to ask some special questions. But for interesting story, we will continue with some special interview personality. I will try to share my screen.
Okay.
And
don't
we
surprise
will see
me, Ilza.
who will interview you. Say start.
Start.
Okay. David Carter.
Oh, here we go. The sexy voice that everyone knows in the world.
Kevin, you are happy with this choice, or we need to regame this?
No, well, actually, Danielle, I'm very, very glad that I eventually had the opportunity to interview you. And I have to say that as a fan, I've been to Australia many times, and I really do appreciate the wildlife. I'm not sure that you qualify as wildlife, but we have a few questions for you, if you be so kind.
Of course, David.
Right, so the first question, of course, is what is your favorite color, and what exactly does it symbolize for you?
I've always been drawn to the color blue, and I don't know why. Maybe because I have blue eyes and I like the ocean. I don't know.
Well, as a fan of the ocean myself, I think that's a fabulous choice and definitely works very well. I don't. And as a makeup artist, did you find yourself drawn to blue in particular, or was it just a color you enjoy looking at?
I think it was a color that I would avoid when I was doing hair and makeup, unless I was doing a 70s shoot or something like that, because blue eyeshadow is not pretty.
Unless, of course, you are a member of the Blue Man Group, in which case it would work rather well. Now,
you are so right, David.
The second question I have for you, is there an adventure from your childhood that you think about quite often, that you're quite fond of, something that might have happened to you as a child?
No. As a child,
a special memory, perhaps.
We used to go camping a lot. So when I was a child, we used to go in tents camping, and we would always have, the big open fire, and we'd have to dig our own toilet, so we'd be in the middle of the bush. But I do remember we were in the river one day and we saw this stick swimming across the river. Now, in Australia, most snakes are poisonous. So if you see a stick swimming, all of a sudden you realize, holy crap, that's actually a poisonous snake swimming towards us. So I can remember as children running out of this creek, terrified with this snake swimming towards us. That's about the only time I've ever seen a poisonous snake as well. No, I have seen more, but that's the first time I've actually been, scared about a snake.
Well, having seen quite a few of those snakes myself when I was in Australia, I can absolutely concur. It is quite an experience. In fact, I do believe camping is quite an intense experience itself. Apologies.
Camping's a lot of work. I don't want to go camping anymore. So in Australia, the latest sort of trend is to go glamping. So that's where a beautiful tent is set up for you, and then you go and stay in this tent and someone else packs it up and cleans it up. So that's my type of camping these days.
I think that all the ladies here would absolutely agree. That sounds like a fabulous proposition, especially not having to clean up afterwards. The next question I have for you, Danielle, is what are the little everyday things that make you happy?
Coffee. And that's about it.
Well, that's certainly enough to get anyone going and carry one through the day, I think.
No, lots of things make me happy. You know what? I live next to bushland, and one of the funniest things that makes me laugh so much is here in Australia we have a bird called a kookaburra. Now, David, I'm sure you can give a kookaburra impersonation.
I prefer birds of the fairer feather, ones with less plumage.
All right. Well, a kookaburra makes a really funny noise. Do you want me to show you what it sounds like?
If you be so kind.
Okay. So a kookaburra, we call it the laughing jackass, as in like a laughing donkey. And it goes, really, really loud. Now, these kookaburras start making these noises at about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's, the sun might be up soon. So we have this family of kookaburras that are outside our house, and I hear them and I wake up and all I can think about is my husband gets so angry. All he can say is like, the bloody kookaburras, and they're so noisy. And I hear them and I just crack up because I just think about how angry my husband is. Yeah.
So it's not in fact
me laugh.
It's not. It's not, in fact, the kookaburras at which you're laughing, but rather your husband's reaction. A great example, I think.
I love it when my husband gets upset, and it's not at me.
Coming from that, a lovely little segue. What are the most valuable things that you have learned from your parents?
Oh, it's just to always look at things in a positive light. Like my mum and dad are so positive, and everything, like if I ask them, so did you enjoy yourself? Did you have a good holiday? Did you have a nice dinner? And they will always say, it was fabulous. We had a great time. We met some brilliant people. And so I'm like that as well, When I see something, it's like, oh, that was really good, or I really enjoyed that, or they're really, I always look at things in a positive light. It's not very often that I will come away from something and go, that was terrible. So my parents, their positivity has really rubbed off onto me as well.
Well, we really appreciate the fact that you have such a wonderful insight and appreciation of this interview process, even though it hasn't even finished yet. Because, of course, you're going to walk away feeling it was wonderful, having met some brilliant people, and we appreciate you as well. Ladies, I shall hand back over to you.
Thank you, Kevin. And thank you, Danielle, for such an honest and such a nice answers. And I really loved the answer about the positiveness, because that's what actually goes along with you when I'm thinking about you. So that's true. And now what we will going to test is your tongue twister skills. I'm quite sure that it should gonna go well because you're English native speaking. But of course, we will see. We have some English speakings to whom we can compare already, so we can evaluate how well are you succeeding with it. Are you ready to challenge yourself?
Maybe.
Okay, well, let's see at first what we can get for you. So whenever you're ready, say, let's go ahead. Let's start.
All right. Spin the wheel.
Okay, what we get? Woodchuck. Okay, ladies, do we stay with the woodchuck? Because actually we have had woodchuck already a couple of times when the other ones have had it.
Let's see how Danielle goes with this one.
Okay.
Let's see how Danielle goes with woodchuck. Okay, let's try. And if anything, then we'll just gonna swap it one more time because the woodchuck is a little bit tricky one. So let's see. So Danielle, your task is to read it as quick and as clear as possible. And whenever you're ready, just go ahead.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck as wood as much as wood as was he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck chuck could chuck. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad.
Okay, that was the beginning went really smooth, and then somewhere in the middle there were some failure. So are you ready to try it one more time?
All right. Okay.
Take a
right,
mulligan.
you ready? Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck wood as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Woo! Perfect. So this one was just like from the book. Everything was perfect, right? Okay, we're gonna give you another try. So let's gonna see what else we can get for you. Are you ready to spin the wheel?
All right, spin that wheel. Ooh, I don't know this
Butter. Okay, so we have something else for you. And here it goes. And of course, again, the task for you, as quick and as clear as possible. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay. Betty bought a bit of butter. The butter Betty bought was a bit bitter and made her batter better. But a bit of better butter makes a better batter. So Betty bought a bit of better butter, making better butter bit of batter better.
Woo! Amazing. Well done. I really enjoyed it. So really cool thing. I do think that Danielle did succeed really well with the tongue twisters. So Danielle, you have showed us yourself from social media side, from some inside questions about you, and really well tongue twister skills. So Irena, I'm giving the place for you now for finishing.
Yes. Thank you, Danielle, very much. So the last question what I would like to ask you is, what did surprise you today?
Oh, I was just so surprised. Just the really sort of positive questions that you asked. You mentioned nothing about business. It was all just about, family, fun, laughing. And I'm also surprised about how bad I am at tongue twisters.
Now you notice that, yes, now you are super good comparing with sometimes not native speakers, yes, but critics is a good thing. This is also a positive characteristic trait, to be critical a bit and to say that you are wonderful and that you have done great things, and also to be and stay positive, as you say. Yes, you can always improve. Yes, so
always going to improve it.
Yes, thank you, Danielle, for that you have let us to look behind the scenes, behind your business. Yes, because besides every business person, there's a human being, and to know you better, and we found a lot of new things about you. That you're a makeup artist, for example, yes, and
and I love kookaburras. So every time you hear a kookaburra, you think about my husband getting really cranky.
Think about you, but not about my husband being cranky at you. Yes, thank you, Danielle.
The Elite Export Power Team. No jackets required.